Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're finally doing content like this, which I'm super excited about because this is what the channel really was supposed to be about, and now that we've discovered we can do this and it's live, oh awesome. Just the tech choices and tier lists of cards and decks and everything is something I've always wanted to do, but of course I couldn't put two and two together that I can use my camera also as a webcam for OBS Studio. So now that we've got all that figured out, we can finally, like I said, do videos like this, and it's a bit easier to like edit instead of like trying to put two together, and it just works out better. So without further ado, let's get into it. And again, I just want to preface by saying that this is my opinion, right? And this is what I experience, because you always need to tailor your deck to your environment. My environment being, I go to everything, locals, YCSs, regionals, box tournaments, case tournaments, whatever. So I got to see and expect a lot of meta, to see a lot of the best decks in the room, because people don't want to waste time and money to do, you know, why would I go to a YCS in the hopes that why would I go to a YCS in the hopes that I win with like Radiant Runic when I spent, you know, $200 on a plane ticket and $1,000 on hotel and food and all this stuff just to scrub out in 3 rounds, you know what I mean? So without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah, we'll leave Change Heart there because Change Heart's too slow. Sure, why not? Alpha, just don't. Book of Eclipse is like in a weird spot because it can be good. It just doesn't affect the best decks in the room. If you hit them at like just the right time, sure, but it also doesn't matter for like fusion decks because everything can be fusion face down because it checks on resolution. Yummy, you can like book their synchros if they go like snatchy to tag and you chain Eclipse, then the synchro can't get its effect. But sometimes that doesn't matter, so it's like what Eclipse has going for it is that it doesn't target. So it's like, can be good in some situations, not all situations. Moon, just, it's niche. It is what it is. This one, just don't. Cosmic also, there's not really like, it's not the format where you gotta hit back row like that. Maybe if you got floodgates, but if you're gonna hit back row, you know, Pank does it even better. You got Lightning Storm, not in the main. You got Lightning Storm, you got other options like Duster. Like there's so many other things to hit back row that do it just better, because like Duster can hit all the back row. Same thing with Lightning Storm. Pank doubles as a body to special summon and then tribute target pop. So there's just better things to do rather than just do Cosmic Cyclone. So now if you got some like Runic Stun player, or you got like Centurion at your locals, sure, but the Cosmic ain't really doing a whole lot. Dark Hole is like, okay, I'd rather just have a Regeki, because Regeki just hits your opponent, not the whole board. Dark Hole being okay in situations where like people play the branded, they can't gimmick public, but they go like Ido or, you know, whatever else. So it might be okay to just nuke the whole board, or they give you some dumb shit like Yubel giving you a Golem, but most of the time I'd rather just have a Regeki. Regeki in the main also too is just like okay, because your opponent can set up on your turn anyways with Vanquish Soul, K9, Draco Tail, and in the future when we get like Killer Tune, whatever that becomes in our format, they can play on your turn. It's just a good option to just, whatever your opponent has, non-target, destroy everything. That's a pretty good effect. So pick up your freaking QCR, whatever, alt arts, because Regeki is the GOAT. Speaking of GOAT, these two in combination, Dark Ruler and Evenly, just go crazy, because Dark Ruler just non-target negating and they can't respond with monster effects, and then Evenly being able to just send away the whole board. Evenly's better in Draco Tail because they can still negate the Dark Ruler, Dark Ruler not being once per turn. But if you're gonna Dark Ruler, you're not gonna kill them that turn anyway, so you might as well just evenly to get rid of the rest of the board. And banishing face down, turning your opponent off of those resources is pretty heavy, so. These two in combination, you can main. I would say in the main, like I play Board Breaker, right? And I gotta preface this by, I think Board Breakers are better than hand traps because so many decks now just have the extension for days that it would be just better to just break the board. Like sure, set up whatever you want. You know, I got a Dominus card here and there to maybe cut you off from just going full combo and you gotta struggle to put something together. So I'm gonna leave them there. Again, my opinion. Controller, niche, same thing with Chalice, because Droplet is just, like, this is the poor man's Droplet. But Droplet has been reprinted so many times and you can get a super of this for like, I don't know, $1 or something. Droplet, non-target, negating, can't respond, half the attack, quick play spell at 3. Kind of sounds crazy. But we're getting another forbidden card, which is crazy. It's like, okay, turns something into like a unaffected towers monster and all these other crazy effects, but that's for another video. Here, Forbidden Droplet is, if you can play 3, right, it's great because you have to have the deck to have the card economy. I wish I could play this in White Forest, but unfortunately White Forest just needs so many cards because a lot of its cards are 1.5 card combos or 2 card combos. So it's like, nah. But if you add like the chummies in there and you draw like 2, 3, 4, or 5 cards from your opponent, you just got all the fucking gas in the world then and you just go for it, so. Gamma Seal along with like Santa Claus and Kagari. Santa Claus is okay because it's not once per turn. And the only reason why you would do these if you have like Pearly players or Lunalight players. But if you have Lunalight, I would say definitely just go Lava Golem because they're probably gonna set up 2 anyways. Unless you just got hand traps for days and you can stop them, or Lancia even. But I would definitely say Santa Claus, good for getting rid of Towers monsters, but this isn't really like a Towers format, so to speak. Lunalight is like around, but again, tailored to your environment. Just don't. Worst Pankratops, just don't. Too slow. I think Super Poly can definitely be in some of y'all's main decks. If you can spare 1 or 2 slots, it hurts Yummy. You can stop Draco Tail from making Secretarian by making your own with their monsters. So there's like, Super Poly won't ever be bad because Super Poly, if you can allow your deck to have 4 or 5 targets with like Starving Venom, the Predaplants, Garua, Mud Dragon, like there's a bunch of targets out there generically that Super Poly won't ever be a bad choice. You can even throw your own Yubel in there, and if you go against a Yubel board, you Super Poly their board away, and you end up with your own Loving Defender, and now it's great. So, Super Poly. These 2 should be in everyone's main decks. I don't care. Talents is a one-of. It's such an insane one-of that if it's live, you're probably in a better position because if you need more card economy, or you need a starter, or you need a Hail Mary, draw 2. If you want to break your opponent's board and clear maybe a problem card, non-target, take one of their monsters, then link with it, fuse with it, whatever with it. Or if you're going first and your opponent draws you, well, let me see that hand, boy, or they ash you, or hand trap you, or Famina, or whatever. Let me see that hand, boy. So, and then Thrust, Thrust especially because these 2 actually like way up here. Thrust can double because Thrust can get you a Regeki and evenly. It can set one of them. It can set like other stuff for follow-up. You could set one of the Dominus cards. But if you are playing like Sky Striker or Sky Striker Yummy, you can thrust for engage, which is a starter. Now thrust doubles up as, okay, what do I need in this situation? Do I need a board breaker? Do I need a starter? Do I need an extender? What do I need? And that's why thrust is really good. You can also thrust into talents now. If you just want to, you know what, I'm just gonna use it for just talents. Cool, all right, whatever. Twin twisters, there's like better stuff. We're not really in a format where Ultimate Slayer needs to be used. I guess you could. Spheres is like good for Lunalight, but again, just to cater to your locals, because they will set up a board with SP, Baguska, and then the 2 Ligers. So if you can tribute most of their stuff away, cool, but I'd rather just have like 2 Lola Golems or, you know, multiple. I mean, the only thing that Spheres is good for is that it does 3, right? It's how many bodies are you tributing. So, and then lastly, Xyz Encore. We're not in a format where we're dealing with Xyz a whole lot. Again, cater to your environment, but I think it's just all kind of niche. But that is going to be my opinion for my board breakers for this current format of October 3rd, 2025. Going into the Fallen of Albaz structure deck coming out soon, 5Ds coming out, I think the format isn't going to really change a whole lot. Your locals might change a lot as far as what people are bringing, but I think the bigger picture, the bigger meta won't change a whole lot. I think it'll still be dominated by Yummy and Draco Tail and Primite versions, like Blue Eyes might get a sneak in there, and White Forest here and there, but overall I think it's going to be Yummy Draco Tail. Other than that, if you guys know any cards that I've missed, or you have a different opinion on something, or you think something should be higher or lower or in a different category, let me know in the comments below. I'm really excited to be doing more videos like this. This is more of what I wanted to do, and now that I have this figured out down to a science, I'm really happy I can do this for you guys. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.